Hello, fam, and welcome back to another edition of George's Corner. I'm your host, George Lee Jones. As you know, if you've been watching this series, I typically won't put anything on here that I'm not inspired by first a conversation. And I'll give you an example of one that I've had recently. I was called by someone in authority who requested that I do something that they hadn't thought about having me do as a project. And because of the veracity of their voice, meaning they were speaking very fast, speaking very loud, I realized something. And once they were done, I simply said, "Good morning." And the individual stopped and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't say good morning." "No, you didn't." So now, my response after that was, let me explain something to you. The expediency with which you spoke your words and the tonality, which was very high and very anxious, does not change the impact of my understanding. And at that moment, I realized that they came from a place of fear. And that's why they approached me in the manner in which they did. And immediately I got an epiphany about all things. And most people are driven by fear. Their lives, all that they accomplish, by fear. And at that moment, I realized I don't want to live my life like that anymore, if I had been prior to this. And that's why I'm sharing this with you. When you wake up in the morning and you're rushing out, think about all the reasons why you're doing the things you're doing. Are you rushing to that job because you're afraid that if you don't have it, then all life will go awry as we know it? I know we all have to be responsible. We have financial obligations, financial goals that we're trying to get to. And that brings me to another point. A goal without a plan is simply a wish. Also, as someone said to me the other day, if you're trying to be in leadership and no one's following you, you're simply an individual out taking a walk. Okay? But I digress. Let me get back to what I mean about fear. You are driven by fear from work. You're driven by fear not being able to live up to your friends, family, and coworkers or associates' expectations of you. And what I'm saying is, because of my spiritual maturity and belief, I believe that I was not given a spirit of fear. And since I was not given a spirit of fear, I will not progress the agenda of or manifest fear in my life. But I've promised myself to replace that with love. So I now approach life from a loving perspective. Anything I do, if it's not out of love, it's not worth doing. I'm hoping that this will help someone out there when you go about your daily day and you wonder what your motivation is. Please don't let it be fear. If anything, think about the reward you're going to get for any action that you attempt or take. Again, fear is a very dismal place to live. Reward is a wonderful realm to be in. And experiencing reward mixed with love, a little bit of humanity, some compassion, life is a wonderful place to be. So continue to experience love, life, living, compassion. And like I always say to you, that's just one lesson that came to my mind that I wanted to share with you. But as I always say, love yourselves, like and be kind to others, and oh yeah, always, always be learning something new. Until next time, fam, I love you.